What is up, guys? This is Jordan from Gravity Razors. Today I'm going to show you how to load your Gravity Razor with your Derby Premium blade. I'm also going to show you a quick little tip on how to use your razor if you're not a professional and you're just using it on yourself. So I took the blade out of the little paper that it comes in. Be careful when you do that so you don't cut yourself, because that paper is thin. These blades are really sharp. I slide this insert out. You're going to set it on this big hook here. We are in the process of changing it so it'll sit on this smaller hook, but for all of you who have bought it pretty much up to this point, it's going to be on this bigger hook, if that makes sense, right there. It'll sit on there. Kind of just put your thumb on it. This is how I load it, at least, and then just drop that in, and then you're going to hold it right here on this side. It kind of popped off. Let's see. Hold it on there like that, and then when you slide it, it'll just slide right in just like that. Sometimes it might be a little off center. You could tap it on something like a little table or whatnot, and then it is loaded and ready to use. Now that you have your blade loaded, I'm just going to do a quick little line here on myself. Typically you'd want to lather this up. Mine's pretty short. I shave myself often enough that my skin's kind of tough for it, I guess you could say. It does cause irritation if you do it completely dry and you're not used to it. So I'm gonna do mine dry just so you can see. My beard's not the fullest, but you can get a little line out of there. So I like to pull this up, get a little tension on there. The way you wanna hold your blade is 3 fingers on the top, your pinky comes off the end, and then you'll kind of rotate it into your hand and pinch it with your thumb. You do wanna hold it on this side, not up here. It gets a little unstable up there. So I hold it like that. Now you got a complete hand on there. You got some good control. So I just tighten my skin a little and just do light strokes, small light strokes. You don't need a lot of pressure. These blades are very sharp. Don't go sideways. You do not want to go sideways at all. You'll cut yourself pretty bad. Also be aware of your cheekbone. If you come over that too quickly, you can cut yourself. Be aware of these corners here, the toe, the heel. That's what's going to cut you as well if you're not paying attention. I'll wipe that down. Just do light strokes, small. You don't need a lot of pressure, don't need a lot of speed. You can see it cutting. You might even be able to hear it in the video. Then you want to, once you got that line where you want it, you want to also come up here. Remember, be careful on your cheekbone. Just use light pressure. Get all that little peach fuzz off of there. Kind of wipe this a little clean. And then you'll do the same on this side. It's going to be different depending if you're left-handed or right-handed, how you're going to do that. I would just do it like this. You can pull tension from here or up here, whatever's more comfortable. Remember to be careful with the toe and the heel. Doing about a 45-degree angle with the blade. And you'll favor the toe of the blade, the point of the blade this time. You're not gonna be able to get a curved line if you're applying it all the way straight, because the blade's straight. So you're gonna wanna favor different parts. Just use light pressure. You can see the heel isn't even touching my skin as I'm doing this top line. I'm just using the toe. When I did the other cheek, I was using the heel. Kind of wipe that off. And then I'm gonna come like this and just get all that peach fuzz. You can put air in your cheek too. Make a little tension for yourself. If I can remember which side. And that is how you do that top line. So now I'm gonna do the bottom line. This is regrown a little bit, so I'm gonna come through with a trimmer and do it. I got my cape on so I don't get hair all over myself. I'm gonna use some hot lather as well. Machine on. This is just any shaving lather will work. I'm a barber, so I always have this for my clients. Just apply some lubricant there. It could just be clear shave gel. You could literally use a bar of soap for this as well. It doesn't need to be anything too crazy. I'm gonna wipe that line a little bit so I can see what I want to shave up to. And then I just look up so I create that tension I was talking about and just shave up. Some people might need to shave down depending on how full your beard is, the growth patterns and whatnot. Mine does fine just shaving up like this. Then I will switch hands. Just kind of wipe that. You can feel it too. Make sure you got everything because your beard does grow different directions. And that is all you need to know for that. I also wanted to go over some maintenance real quick on your razor. As I'm sure you guys know, these are screws. One of them is a screw and one is a nut, and it screws into itself inside the razor here and then also here. We do tighten these before you get it, but the constant open and closing of this could cause it to loosen, or if you just have a certain preference, if you want it to be like real tight and barely close, or you want it to swing open, you can mess with these. Over time, it's just the nature of screws. It's gonna come loose. I always have a screwdriver because I work on my clippers and tools and stuff at work. But what you could do is, it's just a flathead. You could just put your fingernail in there and use your other fingernail and just tighten it, keep that tight. Or if you have one of these too, you could just tighten it that way. This one is unlikely to come loose on you. You might want to check it right when you get it. You'll probably never have to check it again. This one will come loose over time. We've had a few people say, oh, my razor fell apart, what do I do? You got to maintain your stuff, as in anything, it's going to come apart if you don't take good care of it. So make sure you're just keeping that in the front of your mind when you're using this. If you use this every day, all day, you're a barber, you cut hair constantly, you probably won't even have to tighten it every day. If you do, just put your thumb in there. If you want it to stay tight to where you really don't ever have to worry about it, just tighten it one good time. The threads are pretty thin on there. It is a stainless steel screw, so you probably won't strip it. Don't go crazy tight, just to be safe. But you can go pretty tight on there, and then it'll stay tight and you won't really ever have to worry about it. Other than that, as far as maintenance, that's about it. Keep it clean. If you're using it on yourself, you really don't have to worry about it much. I would still clean it every now and then, maybe with some alcohol. If you're a professional, then you know Barbicide is what you need to use. You also need to be changing the blade out for every client. If you're using this on yourself, you could probably even get like 2 or 3, maybe even 4 uses out of a single blade on yourself. If you're just doing your top lines down here, You could use it multiple times, the blades will stay sharp. If you're professional, it's not sanitary, you have to change it every time. Other than that, I hope you enjoy your razor. If you have any issues whatsoever, you have our email address. Let us know. We'd be more than happy to take care of you, and we appreciate your business. Thank you.